Hi, this is Chris Byrd, former two-time heavyweight champion.
He is the pride of Flint, Michigan, the heavyweight no one wants to face, Chris Byrd.
Hi, I'm Chris Byrd with the Bird's Eye View. Today, got an extra special treat, Mikey Garcia, featherweight champion. How you doing, man? How's everything?
Hey, Chris. Everything's doing. I'm doing good. You know, everything's great. It's really exciting to be, officially world champ. I've been looking for this opportunity. I finally got it. I took advantage of the opportunity and became world champ. So it's what every fighter dreams of, and I'm here now. So
how's it different now for you being world champion? How do people treat you?
People, they see me and they want to, take pictures, autographs. They see me like a celebrity, and I don't feel any different. But they see me like someone different, and I mean that's really nice. I appreciate all that. All the love and support that I get from the fans. So that's wonderful.
That's cool. See, in boxing, I know your brother. Yeah. Robert Garcia, if you don't know, best trainer in boxing, or one of the best. His father actually will have something to say about that, but one of the best trainers in boxing. I came up with him in amateur, and now his younger brother, who I really didn't even know about. I didn't know he had a younger brother that much younger and world champion. So did you follow your brother growing up?
I remember being a kid, watching TV with my family, watching the boxing fights, and going to the gym to see my brother Robert and Vargas training. But I never thought about following in their footsteps. I never saw myself like being a fighter, as a career professional fighter or anything like that. But I do remember going to all the fights, at the MGM, Mandalay with Vargas, and just traveling, during their time as fighters and world champions. So I mean, it was fun, but I still didn't have anything, to do with boxing. I didn't think or see myself as a fighter. But I was just enjoying, being part of their team and being part of the camp.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
For real, I mean, you didn't think about, what age did you start boxing?
We started at 14.
You started boxing at 14 years old?
My first amateur competition fight was at 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
And it was actually because one of my nephews had done it or started a few months before me. His name's Javier. We call him Pelos Garcia. He's my nephew, my sister's kid, and he started doing it. He's a few years younger than me, 2 years younger than me, and he started doing it. So we would go to Reseda and Canoga Park. That's where he was from at the time. They were living there, and he was doing amateur exhibitions.
Yeah.
We showed up to go support him, go see him, and my brother signed me up to fight an exhibition fight that one of my nephew's teammates.
Wait, your brother
so
signed you?
he just said, you know what?
You gonna get in there and fight?
Get in there. All right. So I borrowed some shoes, borrowed some shorts, mouthpiece, everything was borrowed because I didn't have anything. I wasn't training or nothing. So I went in there in the ring and I did what I could, and we did 3 rounds exhibition, and that was kind of fun, So after that, that's when I started to actually train.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I started going to the gym, and a few months later, 6 months later, I had my first amateur exhibition, first amateur show that I did, and just doing it for fun, kind of,
What'd your dad think about it?
My dad didn't want me to do it. My dad said
not
to do it. He said to stay in school and focus on something else. He said that if I'm gonna do this, as a career, I really need to pay full attention to it and really dedicate myself. It's not easy. It's not something that you can just pick up and you're there. It takes a long time to reach the goals. And at first I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think I would be fighting professionally. I just thought maybe an amateur career just to fool around, have something to do. I never played any sports, never played any soccer, football, basketball, any school sports, nothing. So I wasn't involved in anything, so it was just something for me to do.
So you just totally focused on it when you got into it then?
I just started to like it more, and we started fighting the amateur shows, and my first amateur tournament was the Junior Olympic tournament.
Yeah.
I had 9 fights actually in that tournament. When I started the tournament, I had 9 fights, and I advanced all the way to the very final national.
Oh, for real? You made it to the finals Junior Olympic?
To the finals Junior Olympic.
With 9 fights?
9 fights. And people started to see that I was 15 years old. That was the year after I turned amateur, and they saw that I could do something. I had skills. I had good trainers behind me, and I saw that, if other people can see it, then I could really do something.
I can be good.
I could be good. I could use this as a career for the future. And I started to pay more attention to it.
Yeah.
Taking it a little more seriously instead of just a pastime.
Yeah.
know.
Like it's a game or something.
I
Yeah.
started to look at it more as a career, a possible career, and you know, it's been great, you know.
Oh,
I wouldn't change it.
obviously, it's been great. So, but what about like when you start fighting with the big boys? When you turn 17, so because it's like 17 to 32.
Yeah.
How was that?
I was very excited, actually. I was not intimidated by anybody. I was not afraid or shy to face anybody. I remember I was fighting at the Golden Gloves, and my manager, Cameron Duncan, who was just, you know, a friend at the time with Robert, my brother, told that I was gonna be facing this one kid from Sacramento, a very tough guy, like 22 years old. He's ranked number 2 or 3 in the nation.
Oh, wow.
A lot of experience as a amateur and international experience. That I would probably have a very hard fight. I told my brother, "There's no way, you know,
no way I'm gonna win here."
To come down and see the fight and come to LA, check it out, and you know he's gonna be impressed with what I can do. I was excited to show what I could do
for
the
real.
first time, you know, in the open.
Yeah.
You know, I was 17, and you know, to be able to show what I can do at that young of an age against guys who have been in there a lot longer than me, I was just excited to do it. I went in the fight and I beat him like 5-0. You know, I just completely dominated, gave him an 8 count in the first round, just dominated him completely. So, I mean, that was like the first time that I was fighting someone older than me and more experienced, you know, with, you know, good credits, you know, behind him. I was not intimidated.
And showing what you can do. That's the main thing.
That same year, we won the National PAL tournament, Open Division. I won the 2005 National PAL. They gave me the best fighter of the tournament award.
Oh man, I wasn't following amateur like that. I know you went. Yeah, you doing it.
We did very well at that tournament. You know, I beat the #1 contender, and the #1 ranked fighter in the nation at that same tournament, the Golden Gloves. I didn't fight him at the Golden Gloves. I fought him at the PAL. And so they gave me all these awards, and you know, everybody started to kind of like see me as a future star in the professional. You know, as I transitioned. I was 17, going on 18. You know, they started to see that maybe I could turn pro, and you know, it just you know started to grow from there.
So when did you turn pro?
I turned pro
after
at
that?
18. At 18.
Oh, for real? Before
the
so
Olympics, I just turned
you
pro.
didn't even wait. You didn't even wait around. You're like, forget it. I'm turning pro.
I fought in the U.S. Championships in 2006. The Olympics were 2 years later in 08, but I turned pro that same year in 06. I didn't wait.
So you just ready to get on, like turn pro?
Do it. I mean, I was ready. I didn't feel I needed the amateurs.
Yeah.
And also we had a good team getting set up with Cameron Duncan and Top Rank.
Oh, so you already had it all set up before you left.
They started to look into me and pay, you know, very close interest in me.
Yeah.
We decided it was best to just go ahead and turn pro, then wait 2 years for the Olympics. You know, it was good timing. I mean, I felt like I was ready. I didn't need more experience as an amateur. So we said, you know what, let's just do it. Let's turn pro, and I turned pro.
I mean, that's crazy. You know, top amateur, right? Don't even wait for the Olympics. That's one thing. You know you ready. So how was it like when you first got pro? No headgear, no shirt.
This is a good story.
First fight.
We were getting ready for a fight, and you know, Top Rank was getting a show together. I think it was in Arizona or someplace, and it got canceled. So we weren't gonna be fighting. And my manager called me up and said, you know what, there's a show here in Montebello right here, you know, professional show. We could put you on, you know, 4 rounds at least, you know, that way the camp doesn't go to waste, you know, your training doesn't go to waste. So I took it, but they called me just 2 days before the fight for that. But I had already been training, so it's not a big deal. We weighed in the actual day of the fight because the weigh-in was the day before and I wasn't ready. So we just did everything rushed, you know, like that. And we arrived there in the morning, and me and my dad and my mom were there. I got weighed in, you know, I'm resting. My dad goes to local CVS or, you know, Rite Aid or whatever to buy some Gatorades and some stuff for me to kind of drink and whatever, and his truck gets stolen. He
what?
His truck. He had a.
That's not funny, but
he had his Escalade ESV brand new with big 26-inch wheels on it. He walked in
wait,
the
your
store.
father?
My father, yeah, my dad. He came
I was stolen too.
He would have stolen it too. Well, he walked in and out. The car was not there no more.
Wow.
So we had to call. All my stuff was stolen. My mouthpiece. My shoes,
man, they in a fight.
My shorts, my outfit, everything was stolen. So I had to call Robert, you know, in emergency. He's over in Indio for an amateur show. I'm like, hey, you gotta come down and bring me a cup, shoes, something. You bring me some shorts. I don't got nothing. So they made it. They made it in time. I borrowed some shorts from the amateur, club, and we borrowed a cup from one of the fighters there, and I bought some shoes at the local Sports Mart, and we went
Hey, you bought some shoes. What kind of shoes?
some Asics. Wrestling.
Wrestling, okay.
Wrestling. And luckily, the truck, whatever, that nothing happened to my dad, my mom, nothing happened to them. A few days later, the cops recovered the truck. It was just abandoned. The rims were no longer there.
Oh, you know you're gonna take the rim.
The truck was there. We got that taken care of. But I won my pro debut. I had family coming over, and so we weren't gonna say no.
Yeah.
We called my brother who came in and borrowed everything and went in and took care of business. I won a 4-round unanimous decision victory in my first fight.
Oh yeah, I mean that's starting great. So from your first fight, go through a whole career to the title. How much did you learn, through that journey, and how hard was it for you to get to that spot before you won the world title?
It's a lot of hard work.
Yes, it is.
Everybody, only sees me the day of the fight, and most fans probably have only started seeing me in maybe a year or two.
Yeah.
But I've been here for, I think, 7 years now, and it's a long journey, long road. But you learn from every fight. Everybody brings a little different to the table, something just a little different, and you learn from that. You learn from sparring. You learn from working with the best in the gym. You train with the best, you learn. We spar with the best, you learn. You train around the best fighters in the world, so you learn. Yeah. So that's big part of where I learn my techniques and my experiences with my dad, my brother, Robert. Yeah. It's just it's a long journey, but you got to take everything and learn from everybody. And I've been doing this, and it's just something that has really launched me just from just starting and just kind of slowly progressing to where I'm at now. Yeah. It's amazing, how far I've been able to make it, and it's just one of those things where it's probably the best choice I could have done. I don't regret it. I don't feel like I could have done something else in school or a different career. I feel that this is it. This was my calling card, and I'm very grateful for doing what I'm doing.
Wow. 26 years old, world champion. One last question.
25 years old.
Oh, I'm sorry, 25 years old. Thanks for the correction. 25. 25 years old, world champion. What's next as far as goals? You are a world champion. What's the ultimate goal?
When I started to really focus on boxing, obviously we want to be world champ. Every fighter, that's his dream. But then when I started getting ranked in the top 10 and starting to really consider the options in the titles and what was available and what are the opponents, I said to myself, I don't want to pick one over the other. Just give me whoever. I'll fight all of them. Eventually collect all the titles, become the undisputed champion. That's like the ultimate, goal. But right now that I am champion, sometimes those fights ain't gonna happen for business and management and promotional discussions and disputes. So I gotta be realistic, and I know that's probably not gonna happen. Mm-hmm. That's why you're seeing less and less unified champions and undisputed champions for the same reason. Yeah. The promoters don't want to work together sometimes, or the managers don't want to, work together. So I can see that. But being the ring champion as well, that kind of gives me that.
Oh, yeah, you the man.
That makes me the champion of champions in the division that I am. So I said to myself, what else can I do that kind of sets me apart from all the other champions? Mm-hmm. And I kind of, I told my brother Robert, I told my manager Cameron that something I would like to do is be champion in two different divisions, but keep defending both divisions. Not just
at the same time.
At the same time. Not many fighters have done that, and right now I think there's I think Juan Marquez is still considered champion at 140, but they got the interim champion who is gonna pick it up because he's vacating that. So, I mean, he's not defending it no more. I want to be defending him. Yeah. I asked them, if I move up to 130, allow me to come back to 126 and defend my title at the featherweight division.
You're going back and forth.
Up and down. Wow. I can do it right now. Yeah. Later when I grow bigger, or if I just can't make the weight, then I can't do it. But right now that I can do it, let me do that.
You want to do
it. And we're looking into that. So hopefully after this title defense that I'm supposed to be having in June, maybe they'll allow me to move up in weight to the 130-pound division super featherweight, and hopefully win a title there and come back by the end of the year to defend my featherweight division title.
Wow. Yeah. Thanks a lot, man. Hey, you just heard it. He want to defend 2 belts, 2 different weight classes. He'll probably go to 35 too. He have 135, 130, 126. Then he'll go to 40 and try to defend them all. First time ever in history to do something like that.
I want to do something unique, something different.
All right. Yeah. That's what this show is about, something unique, something different. Yeah. Thanks a lot, man. Right, Mikey Garcia, fight coming up. Check him out, always. This is the Bird's Eye View. Watch it every Thursday.